Hey guys, it's Dr. Nate here with Thrive Dental and Orthodontics, and today I want to talk to you about a question that I know a lot of people are asking, and it is, what is the cost of Invisalign? Alright guys, yeah, it's Dr. Nate here again, and I know we've been asking this a lot, and this is very popular right now because everybody wants to get their teeth straightened, especially adults, and people are asking like crazy, what is the cost of Invisalign? So I don't want to make this a big, long, drawn-out thing, but I just want to kind of first mention to you, Invisalign, almost always more expensive than braces, which people are, kind of confused about. They say, hey, they feel like Invisalign is going to be cheaper, blah, 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 and it is almost always, I'd say 99% of the time, it is more expensive than braces. And why is that? That is because Invisalign's cost to us is crazy high. And that is why this Invisalign costs so much more than braces. But let's get into it a little bit. So, how much does the cost of Invisalign? It's going to depend a little bit, but I'm going to give you a price range right now, and I'm going to talk to you about why it's a little bit of a price range. And the reason is a bunch of different things. But in general, you can say Invisalign costs anywhere from maybe like $4,000 to $6,500. And I know it's a huge range, and it can even vary more than that, but I just want to give you as narrow range as I possibly can. But these are the reasons it can vary. Number one, insurance. Insurance has a big thing to play in Invisalign or with braces. So you may not know that Invisalign is actually covered under your orthodontic coverage. And I won't get too much into that, but I know that if you have orthodontic coverage and you're a certain age and your insurance is good, you can get a lot of the price of Invisalign covered by your insurance. So there you go. So instead of paying the whole amount, say you're spending the whole $6,500, maybe insurance is going to cover $3,000 of that, or maybe your cost is only $4,500 and insurance is going to pay $2,500 of that. So your insurance has a big variable in how much it's going to be for you, how much it's going to cost you to get Invisalign. But let's go through some of the stages. So Invisalign isn't just like Invisalign, everybody gets the same thing. Invisalign makes us, the orthodontist, choose what we think the difficulty level is of the treatment. So say you're a normal treatment, you're an 18 to 24 month case, you would be doing an Invisalign full, they call it. So it's just Invisalign complete, it's just basically unlimited amount of trays, unlimited amount of refinements. Yeah, it's the full package, it's everything. It's all the hardest cases, you're doing extractions, you're doing jaw stuff, you're doing rubber bands, all this, like all the difficult stuff. That would be Invisalign Complete. Yeah, so Invisalign has added a couple new levels just recently within the past year, not even past 6 months or so. So you have Invisalign Complete, like I said, that's the full meal deal, that is everything. Then you have Invisalign Moderate. So they say that is gonna be like kind of a moderate case. So it's gonna take maybe 20 trays, maybe 6 months or so-ish or less, and you can do it within that amount of time, maybe one refinement. But they charge us a little bit less. Each session or each kind of level, they charge us maybe like another $300 or $400 less. So that means we pass those savings on to you. So if it's not as hard of a case, maybe you think, it's moderate, we can do this 6 months or something like that. Cool, your price will probably be a little bit less. Still within that price range I gave you, but it's gonna be in the kind of medium level. Then there is something called an Express 10. And as you guessed it, Express 10 is 10 trays or less. So we think, hey, we can do this in 10 trays. It's relatively easy. There's something that's maybe a little bit difficult, but we can get this done in 3 or 4 months. And then they have an Express 5. And Express 5 is 5 trays or less. So that is the stuff that's really simple. So that's gonna take us like a couple months. We're gonna straighten some lower teeth. We're gonna straighten some top teeth, but it's gonna be very simple. But most people, by the time they come to us, their stuff is not that simple. They have all this other stuff going on. And you may think, oh, maybe a tooth here is messed up, but there's all these other kind of bite issues. But there is sometimes when we do the very easy treatments. But in general, when people are coming to us, they have a lot more stuff going on. But that's why the price will vary. And this is similar to braces. We basically judge the price of braces by insurance as one of them. But by the time you're going to need to have braces, and if you need anything else. So say you need braces for 18 months, but you also maybe need an expander, and you need teeth taken out, and all this other type of stuff. that treatment's going to take more, cost more than something that is a treatment that is maybe 12 months, and it's easy, and maybe it's going to be less, so those treatments won't be the exact same. But I didn't want to kind of beat around the bush. I wanted to give you like a rough estimate because I know people are looking for exact numbers. So I'd say anywhere between $4,500 to $6,500. But like I said, it depends on your insurance, depends on how tough the case is, and if there's any other needs, any other appliances or anything else involved, that will also affect the cases as well. One thing I also want to mention with Invisalign that is slightly different for us, at least in our office, I think most offices are like this, but not all, but it's a little bit different, is your down payment. So keep in mind when you're coming in for Invisalign, your down payment is also going to be like triple or quadruple what it is for braces. So for us in general, our down payments would be like $1,200-ish or something, $1,500 depending for Invisalign. But for braces, sometimes we'll do $399, sometimes we'll do $200. So the down payment for Invisalign is always quite a bit, well, almost always quite a bit higher. And the reason is just because, honestly, like I said before, Invisalign's lab case is so much. So say you come in and you say, hey, I want to do Invisalign, and we take the impression, we go and we start doing it, and then you move away. We want to have some assurance or else we're going to get this massive bill from Invisalign and have nobody to kind of give it to. So that's why the down payments for Invisalign are quite a bit more than the braces cost. So there you have it, guys. That is the breakdown of what the pricing is of Invisalign. Like I said, it's quite a bit different than braces. Braces is almost always going to be cheaper than Invisalign. The price cost difference, $4,500 to $6,500, and a lot of it has to do with duration, insurance costs, if you have any other appliances, if there's any other needs. The down payment is going to be quite a bit higher with Invisalign, but the results are amazing. So there's lots to think about when you're thinking about Invisalign. Great product. It's going to be more expensive, but it will be worth it in the end. There you guys go. So that's the cost of Invisalign. I try to explain my best what the cost of Invisalign is versus braces. Please, if you have any questions, comments, please leave them below. Subscribe. I'm putting out videos every week or so. And thank you so much for the support in the comments, and we'll talk to you guys soon.